Boom, shakalaka.
Boom, shaka.
Woo! Yo, them drops is fucking loud.
This is loud as fuck. That sounds like a real explosion, dog. What is good? What is good, guys? How are you?
You know, I feel better this week.
Yeah, it's another week of bullshit,
Heavy
of BS, of semi-quarantine life. Well, it's not quarantine life anymore, technically, right?
No, it's still people. A lot of my clients still aren't working because of quarantine or COVID. COVID is over.
You're saying because of quarantine, but they're coming to see you. So how much quarantine is actually going on?
Not quarantine. I'm wrong. COVID is still happening. So because COVID is still happening, some people are quarantining.
Yeah. Well, welcome, guys, to a brand new episode of the End of the Day podcast. Woo!
End of the Day podcast.
Gang.
And due to time constrictions and things of that nature and our scheduling.
Not curfew. What kind of curfew? Personal curfew.
Yeah, personal curfews. We are having to Zoom this episode, which has now become a cool technology being able to do and use for this podcast when we can't physically be next to each other. I always prefer to be next to you guys recording.
100%, but definitely a nice little alternative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Until we're neighbors.
Keep it popping.
Until we're neighbors, because that'll be when there's no issue when we live next door to each other.
Just get a
Until we're in Hawaii, fucking post it up,
dude. Well, hold on. So that means I got to be ready to live in Hawaii if we're gonna be neighbors in Hawaii,
bro. It doesn't take very long to need to once you move there, you'd be like, all right, this is chill.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I did love Hawaii when I was there. I don't know if I could live there though.
We talked to a local guy and we were like, how do you feel about living in Hawaii? He's like, it's like, there's not much to complain about, really.
I mean, I can't imagine there would be.
He said, how do you get sick of sunshine and the ocean?
Well, that's the thing. The human mind, I feel like, has the ability to get sick of anything, regardless of how pleasant it is.
That's fact.
I think that's your own, whatever. Like if you're a person who lives in Hawaii and you choose to be happy and thankful every single day, I think you could probably maintain that forever. But if you are a person who needs more and needs a lot of things, then it's not for you because it is a simple life.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely simple living. But yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a simple guy who can enjoy.
You think you could give up the club?
I mean, there's got to be. When I was on my trip to Hawaii, I went to a club or two, so they do exist in Hawaii, but they're probably the only two on the fucking island that I went to.
You went to the Big Island?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I've never been there. I've only been to Maui.
Yeah, it was a Big Island, but this is the End of the Day podcast. I am Sin Supreme.
Yes. Boy, I wasn't ready with the drops.
Yeah, I totally forgot. We took exclusive fucking podcast.
Boy. T-Will.
T-Will exclusive.
And me, Kristen Elizabeth.
Fuck yeah. Woo.
I just love blowing shit up with that.
Yeah, I feel you. Don't make me president. I'll be blowing shit up all day.
God.
Man, don't even talk about presidency, bro. I'm scared for the elections right now.
Shit.
I mean, I feel you. It definitely is. At this point, I can understand people being. It's crazy. We're not even close to presidential election, and it feels like I'm exhausted from the whole presidential race already. Usually that doesn't really happen, I feel like, until maybe a month or so before the actual election. But
I feel like it's going to be gaining traction in the next couple months.
For sure.
I personally, I hope that I can take the time this election to educate myself, because going into all these previous elections, I'll be completely transparent and say that I didn't really do my due diligence, studying what I'm actually voting for. And I didn't vote on some of the things that I didn't know. I was just I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
You mean more local shit then? You're still a pretty young dude, so as far as presidential wise, really realistically, you were only able to. Your first presidential vote was only for Barack Obama, right?
No.
He was 8 years ago. How old were you? You weren't able to vote, bro.
Old enough. Yeah, I was. I just made it. But I was there for the Trump election.
No, I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Are you talking about more local shit or like presidential shit? Because like the Trump election, that shit was BS. Technically, even if you did vote, it didn't matter because he was gonna win because he lost.
He rigged that shit.
He lost the popular shit. So he really made me feel like my vote didn't count the way that shit would.
I feel like that's what the popular vote does. Like
it it devalues the vote.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, if it was one person, one vote, like take the money out, like.
The first time only reason I say the presidential, why I ask is like, the first president I was even really able to vote for, like, let alone even have the knowledge about voting, was Barack. The first time he ran,
yeah,
that was the first time I was even able to like vote for a president. Because prior to that, like I was in, I think, high school or some shit. I don't remember. I just wasn't old enough. Yeah, like. I wonder how to go this time, just because at first I thought Trump had it locked in. Like if none of this shit happened, if none of this shit went down, I would have said Trump really would have
without a doubt. Yeah,
he had easy sailing. But the way he handled the coronavirus, this whole shit with the cops, the police brutality. I mean, what did you drop the joint?
100%.
Is the house on fire? Okay.
I was like, I may have burned a hole in my shorts.
Kristen will fix them.
That's real.
And make them better.
I think we're Gucci.
But yeah, I thought Trump had this shit locked in, but with the way he handled the coronavirus and the whole shit with the police brutality really just blowing up in his face.
Yeah.
I think Biden actually has like a legit chance if he can, really get some like policies and things behind him and get the energy of the people behind him. I think there's enough energy in the air where we can really, because I feel like Trump has those diehard supporters, but it seems like they're growing smaller by the minute.
I don't know who. I mean, honestly, we'll see. But I mean, supposedly, because that's what happened last time, is they said that like, oh, he's not going to win. Like this is like, this poll says this, and then what happened? Like it's like they say these things, and I feel like sometimes they just lie to us to just like make us feel a certain type of way. So we like are.
Well, the last time 100% they were lying to us, just because I feel like they didn't realize how the people were tired of your standard politicians. So that's why they came out and voted for Trump the way they did. The people were like, at this point, they had just dealt with the same type of nigga in that seat, the same type of dude in that seat. Even Barack, he was a politician. They have been dealing with the same type of dude in that seat, in the presidential seat. Then you have this random ass fucking TV celebrity dude really legit running and gaining traction for presidency. I think a lot of it just had to do with people wanting to see what was going to happen if he became president. Like what was going to go down.
Like it was almost the internet.
They thought it was going to be like, and you get a car, and you get a car.
Yeah, a lot of it I think had to do with the fact that it's America, and what the thing that you think won't happen is the stuff that will. And no one anticipated Trump, so no one took him seriously, and he kind of just slid under the radar doing all this shit that like everyone just laughed at, but was gaining him the attention of the American eyes, which really is what we all fucking America kind of drives on, is attention. Unfortunately,
dude, 100%.
Oh, we're back at it.
He said America thrives off attention.
Yeah, and that's really what Trump was just a big attention whore. He was grabbing all the attention. Everybody was talking about him leading up to the election. They weren't talking about the issues and Hillary and what Hillary was gonna do. Those weren't the things that were getting talked about at all. It was all just Trump, everything he was doing, all the shit he wasn't doing, all the scandals, all that shit, whether good or bad, he was always being talked about. And that's really what matters. So I'm hoping Biden can find some way to positively do something similar where he's always getting talked about. But I don't know if it's possible.
Did you hear anything from him during these like during like the Civil War right now that we're having?
I'm sure we did hear something from him, but I don't, for some reason, he just does not pop up on the radar. Like,
Yeah,
I don't go
no.
searching for Trump news. I'm not looking for that shit. That shit just pops up.
Do you
Like,
think
I don't-
Biden's the only guy that has a chance?
At beating Trump?
Yeah.
At this point, he's the only person who's been given a chance. Bernie stepped down. Everybody stepped down. So the Democrats are putting their faith in Biden. I don't think there's anyone else who's been set up in a position where they would be successful enough. I think there's other potential candidates who could beat Trump. But at this point, it's so late. Getting the people behind a whole different candidate, it'd have to be someone who has that Barack energy, where everyone just fucks with this dude.
I feel like Bernie shouldn't have dropped out. Because if he
I
would've
mean,
just-
he's like technically like you could still vote for him, like, and that's the thing. Honestly, like if we all, I feel like if we all just voted for him, everyone in the like that supports the movement, like know that he's literally been fighting with you since for his whole life. That's what he does.
It's just hard because he's a politician, and even though he's like on the fringe, he's a politician, so he knows he had to step down because he was dividing the vote. You're gonna have all those people who are gonna come out and be like, oh, I'm gonna vote for Bernie, when really you're just splitting the vote between Democrats, making it harder for us to get a Democrat in the presidential seat.
Yeah.
So, but then you have all those people who are like, well, if I can't vote for Bernie, then I ain't voting for no one.
Yeah, dude.
And so,
Well, realistically, honestly, the only thing good about Trump is that he keeps people awake. And I feel like as long as people are awake, like we can like still like have a say. And I feel like my fear with Biden is that people would just accept it and just be like, thank God it's him, and it's, I don't know.
If Biden got in the White House.
Yeah, I just feel like it like makes people relax, and I just don't really know if like that's the time to relax. Like we need to be awake as ever and like vigilant, and like we're like it's not just gonna go away.
No,
in like a couple of days. Like this is like the presidency that's gonna matter the most. Like,
of course.
So that's what's so hard. This is the craziest time ever. Like this is like Rome. Like we could literally fall right now.
Well, yeah, because so much is happening at the same time. We have the pandemic, we have the social issues and social and racial injustice, and on top of that, we have a presidential election about to happen. So that's why
crazy.
That's why I really think Trump stands to potentially lose this election, because this isn't before all the stuff he would do or all the stuff he would say and like kind of like get away with was stuff that didn't really affect anything. But now people are really looking for some sort of change. People are really looking for something different.
Yeah.
So if he's doing anything that's going to get in the way of that, then you have not just the people of color who are affected by it, but now you have a lot more people who aren't black or brown who are standing by the people of color who would be like, whoa, like, sorry, Trump, I can't fuck with you this time. Or like, you crossed the line this time. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have a lot more allies right now. Way things are going.
Also, too, like, no one wants to hear from Donald Trump right now. Like,
they don't.
Like, no one's trying to hear that. And
I feel you.
Any new voice is going to be a powerful thing just because of a unified dislike of our president. I mean, you're going to have his ride or die supporters, but like, who are those people?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they got to be shrinking just because it's not even a good look socially right now. You know what I'm saying? If you really
borderline dictatorship, bro.
Almost.
Like what?
He still doesn't have that kind of power to call it dictatorship, but the way he acts, he acts
like he wants.
Yeah.
That's what he does. If he could have it his way, that's what it would be.
Like when anyone does anything that he doesn't like, I feel like he like steps to them, and I'm just like, what? Like publicly, like on Twitter, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like this is not presidential. Like
Yeah, no president's really been on Twitter like that. I mean, I give it to I'd say it's kind of started with honestly with Barack. Barack was really like on Twitter like that, but he used it differently. He wasn't like the same type of person on Twitter that Trump is. He definitely didn't like get at people on Twitter. He wasn't like starting beefs on Twitter.
He's going crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
Man.
I mean,
That's our president though right now. Like that's the thing about the way America looks. Like outside of America, there's the whole world's looking at us, and regardless of who we are, you know who you are as a person. You know what kind of person you are. I do as well. That's the dude who's representing us. That's the dude who's on the TV, not us. And
yeah, he's not
countries.
really representative of very many people in America now.
Exactly, but that's what they're seeing when they see America. They're seeing Trump, unfortunately. Man. So it's pretty whack.
We look like Tiger King to the rest of the world.
Could you imagine just like if just a small bit of America was to represent the entire, and that's what's happening right now because he's so loud. You know, he's louder than everything else.
Yeah.
So.
Man, what? Well, I want to get off of Trump first.
Of course, let's move on to some fucking other bullshit that's going on. Because,
honestly, yeah.
Let's talk. I mean, NASCAR fucking banned the Confederate flag. I thought that was tight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then some dude dropped out. He said he quit racing.
Just because of that?
Yeah, this dude named Bubba something.
Wow.
Some dude named Bubba something. And this dude wasn't even good. He had never actually won a race. So, I mean, good riddance.
Loser.
Yeah. So, it wasn't like he was like high ranked or anything like that. But yeah, he quit after because but he said in his statement that he didn't even necessarily support the Confederate flag. He was just quitting because of the fact that they were banning a flag. And he felt a type of way about it. But, I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, bro.
So NASCAR did lose a racer because of banning the Confederate flag.
That's so whack.
I just don't understand what the importance of the Confederate flag is to these people. Like, why is it so important?
I think it's their heritage.
Their law.
It is though. That's not a lie. It is their heritage. Like that's
like
where they came from. But I wouldn't want to rep that. Like I wouldn't want to like Germans can say like, yeah, you could be like, oh yeah, my great grandfather was a Nazi, you know, but like you don't see them repping Nazi flags like that. You don't see them hanging Nazi flags around and saying like, oh, it was my heritage. No, they ban all that shit. All that shit is banned. All that shit is like, because it's a stain.
Illegal to have it in America?
What, Nazi flags?
No, not a Nazi flag, but a Confederate flag.
What about it?
Is it illegal?
No, it's not illegal. It's not banned. That's what the issue is. It technically should be banned because these people went against America. They were traitors to America, technically. So I don't understand why it's celebrated so much. It doesn't really make a ton of sense to me. But white people can sometimes find pride in the most randomest things, I feel like, because they don't have I blame it on white privilege is why they can have like pride in things that might not, you would think like, yo, honestly, I wouldn't celebrate that. They'll find pride in it, and they'll find, dude, they have the reenactments. They have Civil War reenactments. They reenact losing. They reenact losing a war. They reenact getting killed. That's kind of weird to me, right? That's weird. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we celebrating losing? Like, why would we do that? If I was like,
that is so crazy. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, they were celebrating losing.
One movie like that?
Oh, the one with
role models. Oh,
I don't know.
Is there? I think.
I don't know. That's a comedy, so I don't know if I'm thinking of
the role models. I didn't know if you were talking about The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Oh, this is not a reenactment. Then it's like the actual movie.
Maybe. I know that movie. I remember which movie you're talking about, T.
Yeah.
Role models. Yeah.
Were they like? Were they? Were
I
they?
think they were
dressed
doing
up
LARPing. It was LARPing though, right?
LARPing?
Yeah, they
What?
were
Wait,
like
what's
Yeah,
LARPing?
live
LARPing is
action
like
role playing.
live action role playing, but it's like with fantasy shit. It's like fantasy
That's
shit.
some
That's just
funny
fire. That's
shit.
just fire. Yeah, this whole Civil War reenactment shit. That shit is weird as fuck. I don't know why you would want to reenact losing the war.
That is so crazy.
It's so weird to me. Like,
Yeah.
and
People are
celebrate that.
crazy,
Drink some
man.
beers after and be like, yeah, man, we really lost that one.
Going crazy.
Woo! Yeah.
What a time, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they need
I
to just
mean,
make
yeah.
that
Let's
shit
get the
illegal.
flag the fuck up out of
Get
here.
it out of here. I don't know why it's like, and why, and the fact that the KKK isn't a terrorist group, that shit seems mad fucking weird to me.
Because
Well-
the president says things like there were good people on both sides. Like
Oh, yeah,
That's some crazy shit to
that's
say.
the kind of president that we have. When it like the first year that he was in office, there was like a rise of the KKK like 16% in just 1 year.
Because, bro, imagine if it was the opposite and they were black people and they were organized.
Well, the Black Panthers labeled.
No,
I mean,
they
that's pretty. That's
The Black
probably
Panthers
the
are labeled.
equivalent, right? But not even the same.
It's
'Cause
definitely in the media's, the way it's covered's eyes, they would put the Black Panther as the same, or if not worse, because obviously it's labeled a terrorist group. But no, the KKK should 100% be a terrorist group.
100%. Yeah.
I don't understand, but once again, things get treated differently when they're a part of the system. Because you know what it is because I'm sure there's a lot of important people who could be who
100, and there you go.
might be a
Shit,
part
you
of the
cracked
KKK.
it, bro. You cracked it, bro.
Yo, and
Literally,
so,
the guys that passed the law is probably like, yo,
I can't be
my
breaking no
brother-
federal law. I can't be labeled no terrorist.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I was thinking what you were about. I didn't know. I didn't know what you were about to say. The dude who's actually making the law could be the fucking
That exactly.
low-key-
You feel me?
low-key
Like,
fucking KKK member.
dude.
And the thing is the issue is that the reason why they probably wouldn't is because it might be something on the low, but there might be something out there still that's like provable, like evidence. Like
I think at the
tangible
end of the
evidence
day,
for most people,
we're saying it's systemic, and it's systemic because it's down to the people who wrote the laws and like
Mhm,
that they're still in power, Supreme Court, all these people. Like,
mhm.
dude,
Yeah.
that's what needs to change. Is
Brett
Yeah.
Kavanaugh. Is that his
Yeah.
fucking name?
but man,
What was that, Kristen?
That judge, the Supreme Court judge, what was his name? The rape.
That was a KKK member.
No, he just
Oh.
was just a bad person.
I don't know. I'm sure he's one of many.
yo, this is gonna turn into some Black empowerment episode because they're just, bro. I saw Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
Got
they
the
getting
fuck
the
up
fuck
outta
out of
here.
here. They're gonna because some girl did some TikTok clip finally that got promoted on TikTok, and it was like getting at like Aunt Jemima and how like the dude who created it like made it off of like some racist shit, based the character off of racist shit, and even hired like an actual Black woman to be his own Aunt Jemima in his crib. And,
What
like,
the
What
fuck,
the fuck
dude?
is wrong with this?
Yeah, like the dude who like created it. So like Aunt Jemima was based off of racist ass shit, like blackface shit, I think, or like like
Sounds about right.
just like pure coonery, pure fuckery type shit. And I didn't realize it, but I guess I figured it seemed like it just because of the imagery. But Uncle Ben is the same. Like it's the same. It's based off of like some racist ass shit too. I don't know the exact history behind it, but so both of those brands have gotten a lot of pressure over the past, how much ever time. Shit's been kind of like crazy, and so they're both gonna do some rearranging to their marketing and to their imagery.
Well, that's good. I mean, that sucks that it took until now for them to figure that out for themselves.
Yeah, and
Not because they're forced to.
they've been catching slack for years, and if you look at where both of those brands like branding was years ago and where it is now, you would see like they've been trying to change low key without, because in the end of the day, these are like multi-million-dollar companies, probably maybe multi-billion-dollar companies. You can't just switch the name like that and expect to have it not affect your bottom dollar.
Yeah.
I think that's what most of them were thinking. But now it's come to the point where it's like Most people are like, yo, fuck that. We ain't gonna buy your shit if it's racist as fuck. So either you're gonna change it name and make less money, or you're gonna leave it the same and make less money. Is what I'm imagining the thinking is right now. Because it's too easy nowadays to get canceled, it seems like. Like, niggas will cancel the fuck out of you with the quickness on the internet.
Well, do you think that it was warranted for Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben?
I mean, yeah, it's just weird because in the end of the day, it's all old shit, right? So how do you guys feel about it something being old?
I feel like, why is it taking us till this point to like notice these things? And
well, no, that's the thing with a lot of these things. It's not even that we're just not noticing it. It's that the company's fighting this, finally deciding to listen to the people and change it. Because this information's been out there. You can Google it right now. It's searchable. It's just you don't see a news story covering it. You don't see.
Honestly, bro, if they want to turn a new leaf during this time and they want to listen to the people and it's a genuine thing, then I think that that's great. But I also think that a lot of companies, like you said last episode, kind of just side with this movement because they want people to be on their team, you know?
They are donating money too. They're donating money too, like $5 million or something like that.
Aunt Jemima or Uncle Ben?
It might have been Uncle Ben.
I mean, shit, they better. That's a lot of rice.
Yeah, no, real talk. I just don't understand
That's
why.
what it is, right? Uncle Ben's rice.
Yeah. I just don't understand why all this old marketing had to be so racist. Like, why y'all niggas making old ass racist ass marketing?
And why did no one think to change that? Like, no one knew the story. Like, not one single person that worked there.
Well, they probably did, but that's what I'm saying. It was old and racist, and it was sold and became like household staples.
So if we need to cancel anyone else, we need to cancel the Popeyes lady.
Yeah, I think they changed it. That's why you don't see her like that anymore. It's not. I mean, go to Popeyes. I don't see any.
That shit was kind of crazy.
You mean the black woman you talking about the black woman in the commercials?
Yeah,
I think she's the owner. She works like she's like owner status. That black woman in the commercials. That was like, yeah, I believe so.
Like,
that one.
Is it franchise?
No. Well, yeah, Popeyes are, but I believe she was like that woman, that black woman in the commercial that you're talking about, and she's like talking about and she has like the smock on and shit.
Uh-huh.
She has a short haircut. Yeah, I believe she's
she has like the orange shirt on.
Yeah, I think she's like owner status of Popeyes. So like that's why she's in the commercial.
I think that the way that they portray it though, I mean, if that's I don't know, because then
I believe it is, because I remember them saying that about that commercial at first. They were like, yo.
In that case, is it racist because of the intent?
Well, they cut the commercials though. They don't even play them like that anymore because of how people were still feeling, even though she's top dog in the Popeyes.
I think even if she maybe like wanted it to be just a genuine thing, you got to look at it from like a perspective of you're selling fried chicken and you're like pretty much portraying the biggest stereotype there is, you know?
It's hard to do it because you couldn't do it with a white person because it wouldn't be authentic. You couldn't have a white dude there being like, buy some Popeyes chicken. Well, actually, I mean,
they didn't have to film it like that either. You feel me?
That's true. Well, now they don't. You see how they do the commercials now.
I need to watch a Popeyes commercial.
They're just totally different now. They're just, you don't see people. It's just like motion and graphics and food, the food. It's just the food. You just see the food.
I think Popeyes was trying to cater to black people with that move.
I think that's really what it is right there. I think it's not necessarily that it was coonery. I think it was more or less like, let's cater to our audience. And I think that's what it was. And it just maybe was very obvious to people. So they made fun of it. I don't know.
KFC was kind of a fucked up thing.
Yeah, with the Colonel. Was he a slave owner? I don't know. Well, yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. He seemed like he could potentially have been. I don't know. He gives me those vibes. Does he not? He gives me slave owner vibes.
Yeah.
Like, where'd he get that recipe?
Little monocle. He's got the monocle on.
Like, nigga, you stole that recipe from one of your slaves.
You feel me with the bucket too?
Yo, bro, where'd you get that recipe from, dog?
You nailed it.
Sin exclusive.
Yo,
But I'm sure we're fucking up his story because I feel like they would have been canceled the
Yeah.
Colonel if that was.
yeah, I don't know about the Colonel.
I feel like they would have been canceled that nigga if that was the case.
Someone should make a movie about the story we just told, though.
man,
Yeah, that'd be a crazy ass story.
yo, did Shake Shack poison cops? Is this what am I?
Oh yeah. So these cops went in to Shake Shack, and then they ate the food, and then they got fucked up, and they tried to say that the Shake Shack poisoned the cops. All these Republican fucking all these Republicans were coming out, or just all these right wings were coming out saying this is how you treat cops in New York, da 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 da, saying all this shit, talking all this shit about
Shake Shack or just
not just Shake Shack,
businesses and
left people on the left, how they didn't say anything, how they didn't come to the defense of the police who got poisoned and all that. Turns out after they did the investigation that the cops got sick off of some of the cleaning solution they used to clean the machine out and made it through and to their milkshakes.
Damn.
The stuff that they used to clean the machine out.
But they didn't die. They just got sick.
They just got sick. They didn't die, but I mean, still, if they did it on purpose, it's still fucked up. But that's what the investigation brought to light was that, and this is after even the cops. I think someone big in the cops tweeted something about come on now, you can't be doing this. Even our own police are unsafe in the streets or something like that. Everyone was saying stuff before the investigation was even completed, and pretty much making it look like these people intentionally poisoned the cops when they didn't. Turns out they didn't. And
there's so much, dude. That's the thing about the internet, is that we're seeing all this information and it's really hard to process everything.
Well, I mean, this is the whole root of everything, is the same thing we're getting at with how cops respond to a lot of people. You see all those videos now of a lot of cops trying to arrest some dude, and they find out it's not the dude they're looking for, or that dude didn't do the crime.
We also see how cops react to fucking not getting their McChicken sandwich,
dude,
on the drive-thru order.
I mean, it's fucking wild.
She really started crying.
I mean, my whole thing with the video that I needed, the information, the context that was missing, was how long she was actually waiting, because she said, and waiting, and waiting, and waiting. And I can understand from going to McDonald's, waiting 10 minutes is a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that shit's microwaved anyway.
Yeah, for the most part, it might not actually be microwaved, but it's microwaved-esque. Most of the stuff comes to McDonald's.
That shit is ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go. You know,
I don't feel bad for anybody.
Them niggas is just putting heat on it. It might not be microwave heat, but they're just tossing heat on it.
You just gotta throw some heat on it.
Yeah. So that's why I'm wondering, her time, because if she was waiting 10, 15 minutes, it's weird, but they're not. That doesn't mean you start crying because you think they're poisoning your food because you had to wait for your McDonald's.
I just feel don't be a cop and just shut up. Just don't be a cop. Don't now's not the time.
She should not be on this. I'll tell you this
much. Get a new job. Just get a new job if you can't take it.
I'll tell you this much. If she can't take waiting for a fucking McChicken, she should not be on the street dealing with day-to-day life and people.
You feel me?
Right?
Breaking down like that.
It's celebrities hate being famous sometimes. It's okay, you're a cop, but what are you doing? You're going to have to deal with the shit that comes with being a cop.
She can't handle it. She doesn't seem like someone who can handle it if she can't handle waiting for a McChicken, bro.
Fucking unstable.
You are unstable.
Video about it.
You are unstable.
That's crazy.
That is the most unstable shit I've seen from a cop. To start crying over a McChicken or whatever sandwich she got.
I've never seen it.
I get what the entire fuck. That's why I think people were getting at her so hard. It was yo, you literally have people's lives in your fucking hand with that gun on your fucking waist. and you are crying over a McChicken right now.
It's
Man.
problematic.
You are not the person that should be deciding whether I like my fate, the fate of my life. Like, I don't trust you. Like, I hope they gave her some sort of leave or break.
Yeah, she needs to take a break. She needs to sit out. You need to go home, take the uniform off, and be a person.
Yeah, for real.
Go be a civilian.
Go be a regular person.
Go be a regular person. Because I'll tell you something. I've had to wait for my McChicken too, bitch. Like, I'm like
over a McChicken
exclusive.
Like, I don't understand why you think because you're a cop that something's gonna be different or anything. I've had to wait for shit, and I've been like, yo, what the fuck is taking so long?
You feel me?
Yeah,
100%.
Because you're
it happens to everyone. Suck it up.
Because you're a cop, you think it's weird. Oh my god, that's fucking bonkers.
Man,
it's crazy. Yeah, everybody. I think right now we're just in a time where everyone's just quick to run to their phone and start telling the fucking story.
Yo, I want to say that I have officially stopped fucking with Starbucks.
Because what they do?
Well, they banned their employees from wearing anything in support of Black Lives Matter.
Wow.
So yeah. So like they couldn't wear any merch, and then they realized they fucked up, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna make our own. So they're going to design their own shit. But I'm like, you guys, literally, that shit is whack to me, bro.
When did they?
What?
Yeah.
Because my thing is, like, I understand they have their brand, but, like, you could, like, limit the memorabilia that you have or whatever. Like, or not whatever. You know, like, 2 items or 1 item or something. Like, you know, we're in support of it. Live your freedom, you know, but maybe, you know, I understand, like, they have a brand, but I'm like,
are you looking it up right now, Sin?
Yeah, what the fuck? That is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's ridiculous. So I started getting coffee on the weekends. I can't get it during the week because I haven't found a local spot yet. But I got this dope spot down the block a little bit. But man,
coffee's popping.
Crazy.
I went. It was sheer convenience.
Starbucks is too big to get canceled, though.
They're not going to get canceled.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they have to make like also if they're going to do that, they have to make like a large donation situation. Like,
I mean, they're going to, but that's all. All those donations are just drops in the buckets for most of these people or companies.
Yeah, for sure.
Drops in the bucket. So I mean, I'm sure they'll do something.
Like proceeds from every single coffee for like a year.
I hope that this makes me go find a really dope spot to get my coffee so that I don't have to go to Starbucks anymore. I'm going to find my spot.
And they're also closing. I'm seeing that they've been closing a lot of Starbucks too.
Man, because they open so many. Shit. Fucking every block.
Right? Convenience.
Shit's crazy.
Turn into a 7-Eleven.
Wow. Ariana Grande unfollowed Starbucks and supported Black-owned coffee businesses.
Who gives a fuck about Ariana Grande right now? Trying to make is that a statement?
I guess so.
No, they just make that an article, and that's why the internet is shitty sometimes.
Well, why the fuck is Ariana Grande following Starbucks? Like,
who? Man, for real, that's like some real shit. Deal.
That seems weird to me.
She could have the Starbucks bag?
Oh my god.
She probably gets free fucking coffee anywhere she goes. I guarantee you she's not paying for her coffee.
I can see that being the case.
Yeah.
I see that being the case.
100%.
Not if she comes into my Black-owned coffee shop and be like, sorry, Ariana.
Yo, that's just $7.50.
I ain't got the bread to be just... Actually, I'm going to charge you more because I know you got it. So...
You're funny.
Sin exclusive.
Yo, I'd be really down to own a coffee shop one day, though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. In Hawaii, I'd be do that. I'm down.
Ooh.
That'd be a nice little...
I feel like I wouldn't drink coffee in Hawaii. I'd be like on some fucking tea.
Nah, you drinking some coffee in Hawaii just
have a tea house.
Just cause. Not because you need the energy, just cause the beans are so probably fresh down there. Like
just a cold brew with 5 shots of espresso.
Yeah, and you ain't got nothing to do.
Just have a heart attack.
You ain't got no way to work this energy out.
Oh man. Oh, did you
but
watch
yeah,
the Chappelle stand up?
I did watch the Chappelle stand. That shit was crazy, dude. It
I
was very
he
intense.
dude, he all I gotta say is my hat's off to Dave because he does that shit every single time, man.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's weird just because I didn't. I don't know. It's not really stand up. It's more like free form talking.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know, his perspective is just so meaningful, I feel, and always so like
Mhm.
interesting and unique, and we all need to usually hear it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed.
Yeah, dude, I liked his approach.
Yeah, it was definitely like I just didn't know what I was watching at first. Like other than it definitely like it took me a while to like understand like it's just him just giving it up, just saying how he felt.
Yeah, I wish I could have
Um,
been there in person. That would have been crazy as fuck.
um, I wonder how that worked. Were those
What like go,
were they
dude?
tickets?
Did you see the merch for it?
No,
Dude, they have a crazy hoodie that they dropped.
no, I didn't see it.
It's like a hoodie with a sewn in like jean sleeve. It's pretty.
Oh, I seen that. That was like kind of like a 101 by some designer.
That's
Um,
cool.
Oh, it was
yeah,
101.
yeah, it was like a 101.
Damn.
And it was like refabricated from the hoodie that was originally from that shit. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That shit's fire.
Yeah, dude. I was like, all right, all right. Did
That
you
looks
see-
like it was for. I mean, I wonder who that's for. Is that for Dave? Like who's? Because you see the price on that shit. Did you see the price on that shit? That shit was
No.
it was
How
like
much?
$9,000.
9?
Yeah, I think it was like $9,000. Yeah.
Dave, he should have just gave that shit to
Dave got that. Dave got that. Dave got that.
Wait, is that what he had on in the picture or in the
No,
video?
yeah, I had seen it on the gram.
Oh.
Yeah, I was on the Grammy.
Um,
I didn't just see it.
Wait, are the BET Awards coming up?
they are. They're coming up. I don't know. They're doing them virtually. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know how.
Do you watch the BET Awards usually?
Normally, I don't really watch any awards just because
Yeah,
I don't really know what they are. Like, what are awards?
Yeah.
But since I might just be in the house just because there's nothing to do still, I'll watch them.
Yeah. I like that people get excited.
Yeah, I like the excitement about them. I usually like the performances. I look forward to performances.
Yeah. Performances are probably the
'cause-
best part, right?
because they're usually a variant. They tend to be like a variant of an artist's live show, like what an
Yeah.
artist is doing on the road.
Yeah.
Whether,
yeah.
whether it's a little bigger or a little tweaked. So I like to see the performances normally, but and there's a lot of people performing. There's definitely a lot of people performing, but I just don't know how they're gonna do it because it's gonna be virtual. But
Maybe like just like acapella like performances.
yeah, maybe. And it's this month. It's June 28th.
Oh, really? Damn, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
coming up. Yeah, it's coming up. So,
Speaking of coming up, are you gonna listen to the new Sway Lee dropping tomorrow?
oh, he's dropping a new project. What is it tomorrow?
It is tomorrow.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now, drop that
I'm
shit.
listening to it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm always gonna check out anything.
Did you see the cover art?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It's a nice Photoshop.
Yeah, I like his melodies. I like what he has to offer. So yeah, I will be checking it out. But his solo music doesn't always stick with me the same
What do you mean?
as his Ray Shremmer music, as the Ray Shremmer music. Like I listen to Ray Shremmer more than I listen to either of their solos. So their songs together are just better to me. Then
Wait, where is Slim Jimmy at?
probably chilling somewhere on a bucket load of money just because they made bank.
Slim Jimmy.
It's probably on a boat.
Dude, they were like the Crisscross kids. Kind of on the same level, but just older.
Yeah. Or no, I think they were. Well, maybe they might have been a little older, but and they definitely were bigger artists.
Lit like Bic, they were like 16, right? I feel like they were super young.
Crisscross.
No, Lit Like Bic.
That song,
Yeah, it's by Ray Shremmerd.
Lit Like Big. Was that one of their first songs?
Lit, lit, lit. You don't remember that song?
Maybe. I feel
Or
like
what was their other one?
No Type, No Flex Zone.
Yeah, that was off all the same tape. Oh, we're getting a call. No, I'm not gonna take this right now.
Oh.
It's the homie.
Did you taking it on Zoom?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. If it was
We should
gonna
try
be-
that though. It was a FaceTime. I think if I would have shared my screen, maybe.
maybe. Yeah, no, I'm down. I'm down for a new Sway Lee single, but yeah, I do wonder where Slim Jimmy's at. He's probably just chilling, just because niggas just be chilling nowadays because it's
Word.
Corona's out.
Half the
So-
year's almost over.
Yeah, this year's flying by. Hopefully it flies by because it sucks. It's fucking
Yeah,
trash.
this year fucking
Sin
sucks.
This year is
exclusive.
garbage. Hopefully it flies the fuck
Can we
by.
just get something good happening?
I mean,
I guess it's looking up for. The change is good. The change is good. As long as we continue to see change, I feel that's gonna keep me going. Is just seeing us progress as a country. United
I feel
States
that.
is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like we're on the right path to unity, but it's gonna take a long time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and this is really just a start because I hear that, and it's crazy because we've been doing so much for so long. But
Right.
this is the first time that the momentum has just seemed like not to shift or fade. Because a lot of things had happened after a lot of tragedies and things, and within a week or so, we were already talking about the next thing. We're already moved on to the next thing. But this is actually, people are still protesting, which is crazy. People are still fighting the good fight right now, even though things are opening back up. So that's really, that really is good to see. I mean, the big thing was with the whole NBA. Like the NBA is about to come back, or supposed to come back, the end of July. But like the players had a call, and Kyrie Irving was one of the people who was pushing this sentiment as far as like sitting out this season and not playing until like things actually change. And it would be a big loss to everyone involved, all players, fucking team, everyone involved in the NBA. They lose millions, billions, maybe. I don't know. Ton of money. But it would be a really big deal if they didn't play, if they really protested. And people are saying like, well, you have a bigger platform if you do play, and you're on TV every day. You're making money, so you can donate. Because players, if they don't play, they don't get paid. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
it is a weird space. Do you play? Do you protest? Do you protest and play? Because of Kyrie was saying, players have been protesting and playing and saying things this whole time, for years now, and nothing's ever really changed. As far as like, he was saying players have, worn the badges on their jerseys, and they've had the moment of silence, and things of that nature. They've done all those things in game, but there's never really been the like, no, this is too much.
Like,
You're not playing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like probably the message is bigger than the help that you could give, because you can get the money, I feel like genuinely there's probably a lot of money going into like this, you know what I mean? And I feel like the reality is really shutting something like that down, like an establishment like that, is just gonna like make people listen, because they're middle America, they want what they want right now.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
no NBA.
Yeah. No NBA because it wouldn't just be no NBA. It'd be no NBA because of police brutality and systemic violence. Systemic racism.
Yeah, and they have to
Yeah.
pay attention. Like, you can be mad all you want, but now you know. Now you know
Yeah.
it's not just okay.
I wonder because like, will it get something done, or will it just be even a more bigger distraction, or will people even care, or will
That the NBA is gone.
yeah. I know they will care, but will it really affect any? Like,
It officially been pushed back,
well, it's
or is
supposed to
there?
start. It's supposed to start up at the end of July, but some players are saying like, nah, until we actually see change, this isn't the time for basketball.
That's real as fuck.
Yeah.
But you're not. I mean, you're not seeing it from the big. Like LeBron's not saying that. Any real like, there was a couple big players saying it. Kyrie's probably the biggest. Kyrie Irving's probably the most popular player to be saying this.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's got to start with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Of course, but it's not. Everyone's not feeling like this. A lot of people were thinking the opposite. Like, yo,
Yeah, but people can change opinions too, you know, change how you feel, like change like perception. Because I mean,
Yo, Kaepernick, bro.
real talk.
it's what did it, so when Rosa Parks sat on the refused to give up her seat, all the black people just stopped riding the buses, and it like ruined a lot of the bus companies
Of course,
because their business was so important.
the bus boycott.
And it's just really like, what are you willing to sacrifice? You know, like it would. I mean, it's hard because it's like an elite, like these elite people who, you know, work so hard to do this, and like they're the ones that have to like take it all. But like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you just have to do it.
It's just scary because it's not guaranteed. They could do that and then not have any type of change, and then they did all that for nothing, lost all that money and all that shit for nothing.
Man,
I don't know. And you affect a lot of other people who are going to make money off the league as well.
Well, I think that's when you put pressure like that, like people have to listen, like, because it is so valuable, you know, like it's not just like a little bit of money just for that, like them. It's huge.
No real talk.
Yeah, dude. I fuck with people taking a stand. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do too. Oh,
yeah.
Do you guys feel like though? Do you guys feel like you can achieve the same thing while being on TV and playing basketball? Or what do you mean? Do more? Well, all right, so you're gonna say no to the league. You're not gonna play. That means that you're not gonna be on TV every other day. No pre-game interviews, no after-game interviews, no mic in your face for you to say any type of message. Right? You erase all that. Any type of, and the NBA's covered on primetime TV, big channels, all that. So you're taking all that away. And there's no, as far as I can tell, there's nothing put in place. Like I'm not seeing.
You're saying they lose their voice when they give up the NBA? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they do for sure.
I don't think that at all, bro.
I feel like it's censorship.
Well, because the only other voice they get is Twitter and Instagram.
Or that.
Yeah, but you think people, if they're not getting what they want, you don't think they're gonna seek out what they want? They want information, so they're gonna look around.
Bro, I guarantee you, if
they're not doing an interview, they would be doing those interviews now. Is what I would say.
I would say if all of the athletes gathered and they just like went and had an interview and spoke for what they stood for, I feel like that would make an impact.
Definitely. No. I mean, technically they had.
Not
they are right
Twitter,
now,
though. Not just through Twitter, like something that we can visually see, that people can get behind, see the support. But at the end of the day, also too, you gotta think about what Dave said. You know, like some people at a certain point, it's like you don't necessarily need to hear from the celebrities. You need to hear from the people of the streets.
Real talk.
And that's real too. So it's like, but I feel like at this point, everyone just needs to come together. It's not even just like all black people, just everyone, like, and just stand for what's right. Cause this shit is fucked up, dude. And
yeah,
I got into it the other day with somebody because they were trying to tell me that police don't target minorities and that it's not a color thing. And dude, that shit really struck me.
Are
And
they a minority?
no.
Okay, so I mean,
And
that's why I would never. Yeah, I would only.
and I
I would
got
never
into the conversation, and he was trying to defend everything, and I was just like, I had to walk away. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this with you.
I would just
Like,
be like, yeah, we can't. You can't. You don't have any. You have no way you can make this argument. You're not a person of color, so you wouldn't know. In the end of the day, you just wouldn't understand. So
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
He tried to compare it. He was like, I've been pulled over by like a Latino cop and a black woman cop or something, and he's like, yeah, they pulled me over and they harassed me, and he's like, I know what it feels like. I'm like, bro, stop. Like, what are you saying to me right now? It's like, and he was trying to pull up statistics and everything about just like deaths, and I was just like, bro, just stop. Like,
yeah,
I was like, why are we even arguing? Why am I arguing with you?
yeah.
Like, it's either
no
like
point.
you understand what's going on
or you don't. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Specifically at this point, definitely at this point, you're definitely like either you understand or you're choosing not to. You're
You're in denial.
Yeah, you're actively.
It's literally denial, bro.
But I
And
can understand people not wanting to see it because it can fuck up your outlook on life. If you're just imagine you've just been living this life and you realize at a certain age that you've just been denying everything that is the truth around you and just been in this bubble and you hadn't really looked out of this bubble because if you do, you realize how selfish you've been. You haven't
and you're just like trying to not
like you don't want to see the world for what
the
it really
truth.
is, essentially.
Yeah. It's too
so
people are stuck in their own realities, and it's kind of sad, bro.
Yeah.
But I just hope that, I mean, for generations, like my kids' kids,
hopefully, dude.
Hopefully, it's a more peaceful place.
I think it will be. I think we're headed there right now. I think we're doing the heavy lifting right now.
Yeah.
I think we're breaking it all up. This is like the worst of times, like with the pandemic on top of it. Like it gave us the opportunity to have the time, you know, and no one's going to lose their job to be out there on the front lines, you know.
That's real.
Like causing a scene, you know.
On a lighter note,
shout out to those people though. Turn up.
On a lighter note, off of all of this, since it's Pride Month, SpongeBob, they officially announced that he is gay.
I guess like
to be free.
But I feel like we all knew SpongeBob.
Definitely knew SpongeBob was gay before.
There was mad Alex.
He's always dressing up as a woman, like he's like always like
he's been doing such shit since the start of SpongeBob. So I don't know why they're like all of a sudden be like, hey, SpongeBob's gay guy. Like, duh. Like,
well, because also the writer was gay.
So there you go. That's probably what you should have came out with first.
I believe.
That's way more like I didn't realize that over SpongeBob. Like, yeah, if I knew SpongeBob as a person, like SpongeBob was a homie of mine, and he told me he was gay, I'd be like, and like, I didn't think you weren't. I think you were straight. Like
Squidward was always mad at SpongeBob. That shit was mad.
Yeah.
That was probably the best part about SpongeBob. Honestly, all the characters were great.
It's a great show.
It's a great show.
Literally, like one of my favorite fucking Nickelodeon shows.
I'm a ride or die for what?
That and Rugrats.
Ooh,
Rugrats is pretty cool.
Like staples of my childhood. I feel like I went from like Rugrats and I evolved to SpongeBob.
Did you watch when they were teenagers?
That got weird.
All Grown Up was kind of lit though.
I never watched it.
Yeah, I never really watched it either because it was like it got weird because it's like I don't like that's not like a good age. That's like a good age to like consume media for me personally. Like I don't enjoy I didn't enjoy people at that age, so I'm not gonna enjoy watching people at that age. That's why I never watch any teen shows.
You didn't watch
or like
Degrassi?
I watched it for a little bit, but like all those people, like yo, high school kids fucking suck, bro. You suck in high school. You're trash in high school. You're a horrible human being in high school. High school kids are trash.
I don't think
They're
I
all
was that
trash.
bad.
You might have been a cool guy. Like you might have been chill for the most part, but if you're living the pretty standard like high school life, you suck to adults and to kids younger than you. You're trash. You're horrible. You're horrible because you're mad fucking annoying. You think you know everything. You don't know shit. You, especially nowadays more than ever, because the fucking cell phone in your fucking hands.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, like high school kids are trash. They're horrible. They're horrible human beings but it's like not their fault. It's just
How it is.
how life is progressing. You're a kid. You don't know nothing. You don't know anything. So you're forced to be taken care of. So it's cool. Then you become a teenager and you think you know everything and you try to be independent and you actually don't know shit and to still be open to it. That's why I can say, Terrence, you probably were a pretty cool teen. You know,
I remember when I was 15, I got a worker's permit and I started working. And
oh my God.
I was literally making like $8 an hour. It was like $7. Dude, literally my checks, but that was it. Just you bust out the minimum wage and you would just
that shit was wild. You need a worker's permit. Yeah, that shit's
yeah, dude. I was working.
Fuck, I was trying to work young. Like,
I was trying to get money, bro. I was trying to get that money.
Yeah, I'm sure my coworkers hated me, nigga, just because I was like a little ass kid. Like, who the fuck is this little ass kid here? Like, doesn't know.
Oh my
shit,
god,
bro.
what did you look like as a 15-year-old? Like, how tall were you?
I was 6'3", around like 6'3", 6'4". Okay. Like in high school, yeah, I was like 6. By the time I got to high school, I was like 6'3", and then by the time I finished high school, I was around like 6'5", 6'6". So, yeah, it was. I was a little different. My case was a little different because obviously, being that tall as a teenager, you're gonna skew a little higher in age. Obviously, like everyone's gonna think you're a little older. So instinctively, I acted a little older than I probably was. But yeah.
So you were the high schooler.
Yeah, I was a high schooler. Yeah. Oh no, I knew I sucked. I knew all my friends sucked. Like when I think back to it,
you're like, wow, those guys were terrible.
They're great friends, but I'm sure if we were hanging out with them, if all of my high school friends were hanging out as adults with their high school self, they'd be like, yo, you're mad fucking annoying. You are so fucking annoying. Get out of here. But yeah, that is high school. That's high school, finding yourself, right? Figuring shit out.
Hell yeah.
Like SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
Man, shout out SpongeBob one time.
Yeah, shout out SpongeBob.
Right.
Shout out to Pride Month. Shout out to
Little Baby.
Yeah, for real.
That little baby song is Fire Flames.
Yeah, that Little Baby song is hard as fuck. I do fuck with that shit. That shit is hard.
If you haven't heard the new Little Baby song, definitely go check it out. What was the title, Sin? Do you know it off rip? I just honestly watched the video. I didn't even care for the title. I just watched it, and that shit was phenomenal, dude.
Yeah.
Message is super dope.
Yeah, it is. It's good to see him rapping like that, honestly. I didn't know if he could or not. It's called The Bigger Picture.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see him rapping like that because I didn't know if he was capable.
Taking a stand, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that an energy drink?
No, it's beer.
Oh, okay, Four Loko.
But then you got him releasing that, and then on the other hand, you got Nicki Minaj releasing. Well, it's Tekashi's fucking song released with Nicki Minaj. So
I haven't even listened to it yet. I think I heard a little bit of the alternative version.
Oh, I seen that there was an alternate version. I only listened to a little bit of the regular version, but at this point, I'm good. I'm okay. It's okay. Tekashi 6ix9ine can exist, and I don't have to listen to his shit anymore. I can officially say it's not.
It wasn't a banger.
Yeah. I mean, I listened to a little bit of it, but just in general, like even the last song was definitely like more like I fuck with it, but I didn't. I listened to it once, and I was like, okay, like it's a cool song. Like if he was out on normal circumstances, like and this came out before all that shit happened, I would have definitely rocked that song. Like that shit. The beat was pretty hard. Like it was my vibe. But given all of the circumstances and everything that's gone down, I have no beef with him. But I can now say his music's just not for me. I'm okay. I don't have to listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine.
It's
You're
off
not
of-
missing out on anything.
on one single. You drop
Yeah.
one single and it changed you.
Yeah. Because if it was like if that single dropped and it was like another like vibe, even close to the first
What if his
song,
next song is phenomenal?
I now won't have to check for 6ix9ine. I don't have to check for him anymore.
What if it breaks records though? I feel like you're gonna watch.
I don't think that's not even that right there's not even a factor because this last song broke records and I didn't like the song at all.
I haven't
So
even listened to it yet, so I need to go through it.
That is no longer a determination of anything with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That
He
Google
has the
song
people.
was pretty fire though.
He has his people working for me at the higher ups working for him. He has the people working for him that are in the industry that are he has industry ties. So it's no point in really paying attention to numbers with 6ix9ine because they don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like, what do his numbers really mean? You're not gonna hear his song at a club. You're not gonna hear his song where it matters. So like it doesn't really what are numbers? If I don't hear your song out and about, then I can give a fuck how many numbers you give, really. But that is he can exist now. I don't it's not a problem. Like I wish him the best. I'm sure he's gonna do just fine. Make a ton of bread.
I wanted to speak on something that I don't know if it's true or false or not. Are Ellen and Oprah on house arrest right now?
I seen that. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true.
yes.
They denied. They denied it. So
They denied it. I didn't even think they would respond to that shit.
I just feel like, honestly,
I think one of them did. I don't know who.
they were like friends with bad people. Like, I just feel like, how are you friends with bad people? Like, how do you not know that they're bad people? How do you not have any, like,
Because they're rich.
I don't know.
When you're rich, there's no way you're gonna maintain your richness and not be cool with some bad people. I'm sure Bill
Honestly,
Gates is.
it's like,
cool with
I
some
think
people.
he's on some, like, Jeff Epstein was on some, like, satanic sex ritual, like, shit. Like,
Of course. I mean, I haven't watched that doc, but like, I'm sure he was.
they don't really talk about it on there, but like I think that's really like what he like part of it. Like, and one girl mentioned one time that they said that they had like a witch doctor that was gonna like cast his spell on them, and like I just feel like there's more to that.
Goddamn.
Man,
Cast no spell
the
on him.
dark. What a dark place.
Yeah, I mean,
Ugh.
also I would like to say everyone just make sure you're taking care of yourself and like remember to take deep breaths during these times because this is really stressful and like this is a lot for us to be enduring right now. And for everybody. And like
Thank you for that, Kristen.
make sure you're breathing. Like it's so important. You have to stay a light so that you can help change the world.
Yeah. Real talk.
Fuck yeah.
We didn't talk about one of the things we tried to talk about the San Francisco police getting replaced. Did we talk about that?
No, but that's pretty tight.
Yeah, that's a pretty big topic, so we should definitely talk about it.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I mean, it's obviously big in the whole thing as far as like not defunding the police, but just changing what police is.
Yeah.
I think
that's what Minneapolis is doing.
Yeah, it's like I agree with most people saying that defunding the police is just bad terminology. So it's like not good wording to say defund the police when really what most people are saying is just we just want to change.
Yeah,
change what the police
but
are.
they have so much money, so defund them, mother.
I mean, even if the police were still even if these people that they're talking about in San Francisco were part of the police, like they were police, they just didn't need guns. They didn't need to be able to arrest you to come and handle us. You know what I'm saying? Like I can understand. Like I don't know, because I understand the idea of what police originally were. Everybody's already said that about how they were created when slavery, all that. Obviously, that's not what the same idea is now of police, even though the police are still fucked up. But for the most part, there are levels of crime that only respect the police. So I can understand why people are put on notice or like instantly like, whoa, hold on, defund the police. Like, what does that mean? Like, because I don't want niggas running into my house.
Yeah.
Because if there were less police, the likelihood of your house getting ran into is raised, you know? Like, it's heightened if there's not a lot of cops on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, because some crime does have to, I will admit, yeah, some crime obviously does have to do with mental illness, situational, all that. And then some crime is just niggas wanting to do crime.
Yeah.
Niggas just want to fucking take advantage.
But I think if life is better, then
Let's
like,
not say
things
niggas.
can be
Let's say
better.
people. Let's just say anyone, because that could be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Because there's a lot of crime going on, and it's not only black people.
Oh, when I say niggas, I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah.
Black person.
Just for the listeners who get it twisted, don't get it twisted. You feel me?
You know, people definitely. Yeah, anyone will take advantage of any situation. It's just where you're living at, who's doing that type of crime. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Defunding the police is something that definitely needs to happen. It's just, how do you do it in a way where shit doesn't go haywire? There's still people still have the same type of respect for the consequences of crime, essentially. That's really what it is. People just still need to respect what will happen if you do crime.
Yeah, but the reality is you can show up to somebody, maybe like whatever type of weapon they have, like a very, very low grade, like taser or something that like isn't going to cause everyone to have heart palpitations or something, like, but and just know that even if I show up and I don't have a gun and I'm not going to shoot you, great, but like I'm also going to still give you a citation, and this is what can happen to you.
That's what
like,
I mean. Not even necessarily the tasing or shooting, just respecting the consequences of doing crime. So like going to jail.
But yeah, and
citations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like as long as those are still acknowledged and respected, I think it would, defunding or just rearranging what police do or all that shit is fine. I think that's the only thing that needs to be maintained. I don't have the answer on how you maintain that without police, because it's been unfortunately ingrained into our culture that the police are the ones who maintain the laws, when really it should be almost like I don't want to say neighborhood watch, but like, you know, it should be a community thing. Like, we should not want to see other people commit crime. Like, if you see someone breaking into my house, you would stop. Not necessarily stop them, but call. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Man.
But yeah. So
all I gotta say is, what a time.
Well, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, for real. That's all we gotta handle everything.
That's really all I can say, because we're just maneuvering through this. I really like to just be living right now and seeing all this go down. This is history in the making, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And I feel like this election is going to be big.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be big.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be big. What else we got to talk about?
Staying hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay up. Don't go too low.
Real talk.
When others go low, we go high.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I heard that saying. I'm not really good at that, so. I mean, maybe I am, because I'm already tall. Going high when people go low. I might take it to the
like
floor.
I go high all the time.
I go high.
Yeah, I'm just high all the time, so maybe that's what it is. Yeah, is there anything else, guys?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, keep fighting the good fight. You know?
Donate.
Yeah, for sure. Donate. Donate your time, really, too. Because I mean,
donate anything.
Yeah,
sign your support.
Petitions.
Yeah,
like, that really does help. Like those kind of things. Like
sign petitions, 100%. Go vote. Read up on your vote. Let's do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Get it popping.
Yeah.
Word. Anything else? Is that it, guys? This week?
I think week 70 something.
Yeah.
73. Is it 73?
I think it might be 74 actually. That's not
Ooh,
updated.
74. Yeah, we will be hitting 100 before the end of the year. I think we got to be hit. Did you do the math?
I did some
Loose
quick
calculations.
math. Some quick math. I think we're gonna end sometime in December.
Okay, with
'Cause
100
if we got,
episodes.
I mean, we have what? If it's 74, we have 26 more weeks. So
Yeah.
4 times 5, 4 times 6. Yeah, dude. We
I like
got.
this loose math. I like this loose math.
It's gonna be a minute.
I'm down though. I'm excited. And hopefully by the time we get to the 100th episode, a lot of things have changed in this world.
So
For the
6
better.
months. Yo, no, we might hit it towards the end of the year. We gotta see.
We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
We'll do the hard math. We'll do the hard math in a minute. Come back to
Hard
that
math.
next week.
And
Damn.
stay up, everyone. Stay
Yeah.
up. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's your boy Sin Supreme. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sin exclusive.
Gang.
Me, Crystal Elizabeth.
I switched it up on her. And it's your boy T.
TT will exclusive.
Yes. We're the end of the podcast, bitches. We'll see you guys next week.
Podcast.
Peace.
Peace.
Wait, hold on. I actually have to end.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.